Namaste, my beautiful girls. You know what I decided to do, and don't ask me why I'm starting with magician. I was trying to start to teach you tarot for quite a bit of time. I still think about it, but there is this one card, the first arcana, magician. And you can spend, I've decided to make the video about this card because literally you can actually spend a lifetime studying magician and still not being able to figure out what this card means. So little people know what this card means in love. So little people know how to do it. Take it as a lesson. Many of you are dealing with tarot cards. Many of you are trying to figure it out. Don't ask me why. I just felt like I want to do it. For those of you who do tarot, I'm going to give you really knowledge which probably you're not going to be able to find anywhere, and I hope I can have enough time for 30 minutes, have enough time to explain you the magician, what is the difficulty of a magician. The first arcana which comes after the Fool, after the zero arcana, and as most of us can find meanings of the magician in general spreads, this card is excessively complicated. What comes to LOVE, love and relationship, very complicated. He's connecting all the elements. He's connecting fire, water, air, and earth. So we have all four elements here. We have the infinity sign above of his head. What this card means in love, girls, it's so complicated. This is why I want to explain it to you. Love, this card does not mean love, and at the same time it means love. This is ability. The ability to love, which you have to work on. So if in your love spread you see the magician card, does he love me? I want to know. You get a magician. This is the most complicated answer you can possibly get. I'm sorry for coughing, still cough. So it's a positive answer. Does he love me? Or in the position of the feelings, you get your magician here. Yes, it's a positive answer, but there is a positive answer, but he is not melted and he is not completely dissolved in these feelings. He does love you, but he doesn't lose his mind on logic. He is still capable to be very logical. He is a very powerful, very complicated person to love. He participates in relationship, but he understands everything he does. It's not someone who allows emotions and feelings take over them completely. He understands his each step. It's a magician. He rules all the elements. He rules your feelings, his feelings, your emotions, his emotions. He understands exactly what he is doing and where this particular action is leading to, whether it is the reversed card or the upright position card. He feels you. That's why Scorpios are very often come with this card. He feels your emotions, and he knows exactly what you feel, exactly what you want, and also he's aware of his own. He is smart and rational. Rational. This one is rational. This card connected to Mercury. So it includes your communication, you're talking to each other, you're making love with each other. But what is so difficult with Magician, you got to constantly change. They get bored really fast. You have to constantly change, and he's the one who is ruling this relationship. He knows what to say. He knows what to do. He knows what to show you, what not to show you. It's a manipulator. And he rules that boat called love. He can make you do, unfortunately, in a negative position, covered narcissist come. He can make you feel what he wants you to feel. He can make you think what he wants you to think. He can be generous one day and can treat you with coldness another day. I mean, it's not boring at all to be loved by a magician and to love like him. But what is the prediction in Magician? Excuse me. So, I already said, he comes after the Fool. It's a first arcana. After the Fool. So what it means, the relationship probably just started, the beginning of the relationship or activation of relationship which started before. Magician never loses his cool head. It's a much bigger control freak than Emperor. He controls his feelings and emotions and actions. He's connected with logic, and he also knows how to, even if he's thrown into the ocean, come out of the ocean by being absolutely dry. He will rule you. He will only make you do what he considers you need to do. Sometimes what happens is this is the master of relationship, the king of relationship. It's a natural psychology. This is why, again, I'm repeating myself sometimes. It's a narcissist. He knows the psychology, and he experiments. He treats you with coldness and sees how you're going to react. He treats you with passion and hotness and sees how you react. He is using you sometimes as like practicing his own power. This is a downside of it. He figures out your reaction. So if I don't call her for a week, she's gonna do this, and he sees if you're gonna do this or not. He manipulates you using all kinds of things: the smile, the sex, the generosity, the intellect, everything. If it's in reversed position, this is him getting bored. He already figured out all your everything about you. He's losing his interest. He needs another toy to play with. And unfortunately, the magician can throw you out of his life as soon as he gets bored. It's a downside of the magician. Unfortunately, it's a very deep, it's a very complicated, it's a very interesting card in love, but at the same time, it's a really not the most pleasant man to be dealing with. Very seldom the magician card you will see is if you see this card as outcome of the spread, or how this relationship are going to end within a year or 2 years. The magician very seldom or almost never talk about ending of relationship. This is a circle. As long as he feels like playing with you, he will be playing with you. Again, it doesn't mean he does not love you, because this card doesn't mean he doesn't love you, but you need to decide if you want to deal with this kind of love. You need to decide if you want to constantly be played with, because this is a cat, and cat which is not hungry, you are a mouse. So he tries to trick you. He tries to see how you're going to act, how you're going to behave. A very complicated card in love. So it doesn't mean the ending of relationship, but shows the relationship going in circle. And also very hard to predict a magician, whether you are talking about personality or you are talking about how this situation will be developing, because you can't predict nothing. Today he is with you, making love with you, feeding you strawberries. Tomorrow he can be gone and act cold and distant. So if we can kind of talk about relationship, which can be shown and symbolized by the magician, we can talk about this. He is a master of the word. He knows how to speak, how to talk. Master communicator, again, a manipulator, again, he can seduce a rock. Also, the huge part in a magician, I have already said it several times, comes with him manipulating, but they are attracted only to a very unique women with intellect, women with depth in them, women in complicated. They don't like simple, they like a challenge, So if you want to keep magician in your life, you have to be constantly challenging him. It's not going to be easy. So what is demanded from you if you see magician in your spread, in your relationship? You have to constantly be thinking, what is your next step? It's a living on a volcano. You have to outsmart magician, which is very, very difficult. And he's going to be analyzing your every step. It's very difficult to figure out who is next to you, because he can make you believe anything other, as I already said, and everything. Anything and everything. So he can, the magician with more dark, because you know the sorcerer can be white and a sorcerer can be dark. You have to be constantly dealing either with his light side or the dark side. And if you see magician in his, either it's a personality of a magician, you're asking, who is the man I'm dealing here with? What is his archetype? What is his quintessence? What is he? And you see magician, so you have to be warned about it. Or if you see his feelings towards this woman or towards me, and you see the magician, you also have to be seeing this. Another thing that magician likes to communicate and be friends with, and with a love relationship with, a woman who gives him certain type of advantage. So whether a woman from a higher society or a woman connected with having some good connections, so he is never ruled by emotions and feelings. He can have emotions towards you, he can have feelings towards you, but still he is not ruled by it. He is ruled by mind, logic, interest, and sometimes those interests have a material base into them. It's like a business. Relationship for him is business. What can I get from it if I invest my time with this woman? I invest my myself into relationship with this woman. What do I get? This, my beautiful girls, is not the King of Cups, not at all. So unfortunately, what you have to be aware very often after dealing with a magician, you might feel that you are being used or taken advantage of. So what it can bring you to is trying to figure out what you did wrong, what you said wrong, why this relationship didn't work out. And again, I'm repeating, covert narcissist very often comes with a magician. So he make you feel and make you believe, if relationship didn't work or are not working, that it's your fault. And he does it very skillfully. So you start changing your hair, going to the gym and visiting and reading all kinds of books, how to hold your man in your life, so on and so on. And a magician never lives your life fully. He is the one who can call you in a year and say, hey babes, how are you? What's going on? He is capable to bring your self-esteem down. He can compare you with other, I don't know, gorgeous, beautiful women. Please be aware, please be aware of the covert narcissist. Be aware if you see a magician card. Of course, if you are not sure, of course you can put cards for clarification. Of course, if he comes with the King of Cups, then we already have different picture here. But if there is a magician there in the love spreads, please pay attention. Even if it's your business partner or your friend or somebody you have to be dealing with, please pay attention. Because anybody can become a victim of a magician. Millions of videos of covert narcissist, you can look it up. Sometimes you live 20 years with a covert narcissist and you have no idea. So magician type of a man is a bright, beautiful, magnetic man, attractive man, intellectual man, a successful man. It's a magician. He charms you. He enchants you. He make you completely lose your mind. This is the magician. So he can manipulate. He can play his little mind games and other games with you. In love, again, yes, it means he loves you, but it's not love of the soul. It's I love you, and also I can get this and this and this from you. It's a psychologist, natural psychologist, who already born psychologist. So he is a thinker. He takes what he wants. Okay, and he takes only the best. He doesn't take anything less. He takes only the best. He can act like you, so he can make you believe that he is your perfect match. He can make you believe in anything. Again, if he loves only when there are other advantages he can take from you. It can be anything. You are making him feeling happy, that can be advantage. You give him lots of this mysterious things. You're this mysterious woman. They love mysterious women, and you constantly make him solve those puzzles. You give him very much love, very much energy, and yours is food for his mind and for his emotions. Probably you know something he wants to know. Probably he can see something, he can learn from you, so on and so on. Yes, he is interesting. Yes, he is energetic. Yes, he's sexual. He is this and this and this and this. But you have to remember that his love is never that kind of love you are dreaming about or want. So, advice. What is an advice if you see magician? What is your advice? What you need to do? Turn on your head. I always say turn off your head. I always say, my beautiful girls, just turn off your head completely. When you see magician in love spreads, turn on your head. There is this expression called find a devil in details. This is your test, this man right here. Try to see what is really there. Not what he shows you, but what is really there. Find the answer. What is really there? Because he combined all four elements. He might be using you. He's always using you. Even if he loves you, in his own way, he's always using you. So you are being always manipulated, even if he loves you. So think, do you want to stay in this relationship, or you want out? You want to be played with like a cat with a mouse, or you want out? Because whenever he's not working with the magician, he's going to turn it such way that you're going to be blaming yourself. When you fall in love with a magician, you lose your mind completely. Completely. He makes you lose your mind. He makes you completely fall to his feet. They're magician. They're magical. So please, please, you got to turn on your head and see things how they truly, deeply are. Magician can love. It's not love as how we women understand it. He can, but it's this type of love, which he gives you an illusion of, which is not really for you what it is for him. It is not really for you what it is for him. So think about it, put more cards there, and try to see what is hidden there. Try to see what is that he's not showing you, because there is always something he's not showing you, and always something what he's showing you is not really what it is, so on and so on. So be aware for the card of magician, because that's not an easy guy. This, my beautiful girls, all I wanted to tell you about the magician card in love spreads, and I hope it was helpful. I will talk to you soon.